Good morning and welcome to the video check-in for today, Thursday, December 16th. Last week I spoke about this post-Hanukkah time of darkness, and we looked at two Leonard Cohen songs. First, one of the last songs that he wrote, the title track from his last album, You Want It Darker, and we looked at that text about the absence of light. You want it darker, we kill the flame. And then we looked at an earlier song, which maybe helps us keep the joy and hope and light of Hanukkah, even through this dark time after Hanukkah, the song Anthem, which has the beautiful line, there's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in. So we're going to keep with our theme of Leonard Cohen a little bit this week. I was thinking about an exhibit I saw at the Whitney some time ago, last year, and it was an exhibit by a beautiful artist named Julie Mehretu. She is an American artist. She is the child of an Ethiopian parent and a Jewish American parent. Was born in Ethiopia but grew up in this country. And she not only showed at the Whitney this beautiful retrospective of her work. I actually had seen an exhibit of her work at a museum in Portugal when I was there many years ago, and it's really phenomenal, large-scale abstract paintings, really beautiful. But she actually worked with the curators at the Whitney to create something thematic that might say something about her art and her ideas and what was going on in the world during a time of pandemic. And I think it's a powerful message, and it resonates. The message is the simple word, Hineni. Now, that word Hineni shows up throughout our Torah and Bible. I think it shows up in the Torah at least 8 times. It's said by Abraham at least 3 times during the sequence of the Akedah, where God implores Abraham to sacrifice his son, his beloved son Isaac. It's what Moses said when God calls to Moses through the burning bush, Hineni. It implies not just here I am, but I'm ready, I'm prepared, I'm present. Fully present. And what a wonderful message for us as we're still unfortunately dealing with a resurgence of COVID. We have to find that just right balance, which is always changing, of being safe and healthy, but at the same time being present in our lives and not depriving ourselves too much of what we need to be present, to make sure we're living our full lives as well. And that's certainly what we're doing here at Temple Israel as well, through our programming and through ritual, through worship, etc. We are acting, I think, responsibly and safely, and we need a renewed vigilance around that. But at the same time, we're not going to all quarantine at home and deny ourselves contact and the supportive community, which is so vital. So we have this word Hineni. Leonard Cohen sings Hineni with a choir. In that same song, You Want It Darker, We Kill the Flame, the line then says, Hineni, Hineni, I'm ready, my Lord. And Julie Mehretu uses that Hineni as the theme that she helped create for her exhibit. So I bought 2 kind of souvenirs at the gift shop, and I thought I would do a little show and tell and show you those now. So they're really a beautiful kind of camp flags, and with that theme. So we have in bright blue and orange, Hineni, and in kind of pink and I don't know if it's crimson or maroon, a translation, Here I Am. But I'll look forward to hanging those up as a good reminder to be present, and the message that you might find in a Leonard Cohen song, that you might find in our Torah, that you might find in a Julie Mehretu exhibit. But since I always end with something musical, I thought I would go to another tradition where we say a very similar word, which is not Hineni, but a variation on Hineni, Hineni. On Rosh Hashanah Eve, it's one of the first prayers sung by the Cantor, so it's particularly powerful for me, and it's a very personal prayer. It's not a prayer of community, it's actually a prayer for the Cantor, but it's a prayer for the Cantor saying, Hineni, here I am. I hope I am up to the task of leading this community, of praying on behalf of the community. And I'll give you a little translation before I chant a little bit of this traditional Hineni. So imagine the high holidays have just begun. Hineni, here I am, so poor in deeds I tremble in fear, overwhelmed and apprehensive before you, to whom Israel sings praise. Although unworthy, I rise to pray and seek favor for your people Israel, for they have entrusted me with this task. Hineni ani mimas, nirash v'nifchad mipachad, yoshev dilot Yisrael. באתי לעמוד ולחנן לפניך על עמך ישראל אשר שלחוני, ואף על פי שאיני חדאי והגון לכך. על כן אבקשך, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. אדוני, אדוני, רחום וחנון, אלוהים שדי, היום ונורא. Hineni.